Hello, my name is Azalea Gonzalez, and I am currently a senior at Yes Prep Southeast. This year, for my ethics project, I chose to study child abuse and government intervention. The reason why I chose this topic is because I believe that there should be justice for everyone, no matter what age they are, and also because I've always been curious as whenever a child abuse case is reported, how far the government goes with it, and if whatever the government applies or gives to the child, if that really helps out the child as they grow. And just some quick facts that I learned through while I was researching is that child abuse occurs in the least expected places. It can occur in homes, it can occur in churches, and even in child care facilities. And usually the abuse is done by a parent or a guardian or someone who is really close to the child. And about each year, 40 million child abuse cases are reported. And usually these cases occur with children below the age of 18. And to whom it happens, it's really to any age of children. It's usually to children who are, like I said, below the age of 18. And in past years, 250 million children between ages 5 and 14 experienced child labor. 5.7 million were forced labor. 1.3 million were forced into prostitution and pornography. And 1.2 million of children were victims of sex slavery. And this is something that can happen daily. It can happen usually when they least expect it, or some of them are so used to it already, sadly. And it just depends on what situation the child is in. And an estimated 1 in 4 girls will be sexually abused by her 18th birthday, and for boys it's 1 in 6. And usually this is rarely a one-time incident, and it can occur for years and years. I mean, for many years, people have been trying to stop this from happening to children, but usually it's just this ongoing cycle that no one has ever been able to fully prevent it from happening, because it's just something that occurs, sadly. And usually the reason why this happens is because the abusers are learned to abuse from their parents, or they were abused, and this is a normal condition of life for the abusers. They feel in control whenever they are doing the abusing, and they no longer are afraid, and they no longer feel the victim, and this is a way of releasing their anger, a way of releasing their sadness and their hatred towards whoever abused them. And what I have learned over my ethics week was that I am a teacher at my church. I have been a teacher there in the children's ministry for 6 years, and there have been child abuse cases in my church. And when you're put in a situation like that, at first it's a little scary, because this kid's life is depending on you. And well, the way that we have dealt with it, we deal with it by talking to their parents and things like that. And whenever these kids, they feel relieved, they feel safe whenever somebody speaks out for them. They do fear at first. They say, I don't want to talk about this, you don't know what can happen to me. But whenever you speak out for these kids, they feel like if somebody understands, they feel as if they aren't alone in this world. And well, over my ethics week, I volunteered at the YMCA and at a homeless shelter. And sadly, there weren't many kids there, but there were sometimes in the YMCA, and we got to help them out with their homework. And I really just saw how vulnerable these kids were. They were just so open-minded to these new things, and they would ask us questions, and they would try to talk to us as much as they could. And it broke my heart to know that an older person can take advantage of a kid so young. It can just ruin their life. And it really breaks my heart whenever I hear about these cases and things like this. And I just wanted to speak out for them. I just wanted them to know that if there isn't anybody else out there who cares, I do care. And I know that there's people at my school, Yes Prep Southeast, who also care, and we want to be a voice for you, and we just want to make a difference for these children. And I thank you for your time. I thank you for listening to this video. And if you ever want to know more about child abuse, you can just contact me at my email, and I will post that on the link. And